Hey, DiJonai, how you feeling right now, girl? I'm trying to contact you about that extended warranty. You know, two weeks ago, you posted on Twitter August 23rd, which is, oh, would you look at that? Oh, that was today. DiJonai, when you said August 23rd, what did you mean by this exactly? I think the fans want answers. We were expecting, some vengeance that you created. We were expecting a huge game. We were expecting something.
Game we had today. DiJonai Carrington completely humbled by Caitlin Clark. And then she gonna try to shoulder shrug Caitlin. Caitlin like, girl, get out of here, bruh. I just bust you. Pick your face up off the floor. Caitlin Clark hit a logo 3 in her face. Then she was trying to mock. Caitlin Clark got the tech. She got it.
In 18 minutes, she dropped 7 points, shooting 3 for 11 from the field. Now the real tweet that you should have posted, DiJonai Carrington, should have been March 11th, because if I had known that you was gonna shoot 3 for 11 on August 23rd, I would have I would have commented that under your post sooner. You came and you
15 days before Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever faced each other again. DJ Carrington posted 2 simple numbers, 8:23. There was no caption or explanation, just the date appearing after her ejection against Indiana. The post seemed to carry a much deeper message beneath the surface.
Clout chaser Carrington. Careful what you wish for, DiJonai. Be careful what you wish for. You're the one that circled 8/23 on the calendar. You're the one who tweeted out 8/23 as if it was some date we all should pay attention to. And people paid attention and saw you. Ooh, you had a bad game. Oh, but 8/23. Fair. Caitlin Clark makes 8 3-pointers. The Indiana Fever win by 23 points. Great.
It clearly looked like more than a simple reminder about the upcoming schedule. Carrington appeared to be signaling that when August 23 arrived, she would be ready to make her statement. But when August 23 finally arrived, the outcome was nowhere near what she expected.
This clip is going viral of Caitlin Clark getting poked in the eye by DiJonai Carrington. It happened in the first quarter when Clark tried passing the ball to her teammate Aaliyah Boston, but Carrington poked Clark in the eye while trying to deflect the pass. No foul was called, but Clark had to take a second to regain her composure. In the third quarter, DiJonai was defending Caitlin again when Caitlin hit DiJonai in the head, knocking out one of her contacts. No foul was called, but DiJonai had to take a second to put her
The tension between DJ Carrington and Indiana Fever did not suddenly begin on August 8th. Their history stretches back to Clark's first WNBA playoff appearance in September 2024, when Carrington made contact near Clark's right eye. Clark went down holding her face, and the incident quickly became one of the postseason's biggest talking points.
DiJonai, did you, when you went and kind of swatted at Caitlin, did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am. So yeah.
Did you and Marina kind of laugh about it afterwards? It looked like there was later on in the game they caught you guys laughing about it.
No, I just told you I didn't even know I hit her, so I can't laugh about something I didn't know happened.
Both players later described the contact as accidental, and the replay appeared to show a fast basketball play rather than intentional action. Still, fans replayed and debated the moment across social media for days. Since then, games involving Carrington defending Clark have carried extra intensity.
What's going on here? Goo! That's assault, brother. You can't do that. What the fuck? Is this just the default if you can't think? Or if you just like don't want to take accountability for your actions? Oh my god, this league, bro, this league. White privilege while you're wearing a bleach blonde dyed wig. I mean, the fuck? What is privileged about that? You stone cold Steve Austin closed.
On August 8th in Chicago, Carrington made contact with Sophie Cunningham around the head and neck area during a fast break. Officials reviewed the play, upgraded it to a flagrant 2, and ejected Carrington from the contest. Normally, that would have ended the story, but Carrington's response made the situation much bigger.
Ejection.
DiJonai, you hit her in the head and you drew blood.
It was a flagrant 2. You should have been ejected. No more, no less. Have we seen Sophie Cunningham aggressively foul an individual before and not get thrown out of the game? Sure. Have we seen Caitlin Clark aggressively foul an individual by hitting them in the head and not get out of the game? Absolutely. But if we are paying attention to what DiJonai Carrington did to Sophie Cunningham, it was not a race-based decision. And to call that a white privilege-based foul is to completely undermine the term of white privilege and to also completely ignore the rules in basketball. You hit her in the head, you drew blood, you didn't connect with the ball at all whatsoever.
Minutes after being sent to the locker room, Carrington posted white privilege on social media and tagged the Indiana Fever. That statement transformed an ordinary ejection into a national discussion involving fans and commentators. Whatever intended meaning, the post created anticipation for their next meeting.
DiJonai Carrington bookmarking this day just to get embarrassed by Caitlin Clark. The big bad wolf coming through, blowing houses down until she tried to blow down the Caitlin Clark brick house that was built by DiJonai. This lady was 3 for 11. 3 for 11, 0 for 3 from the 3. A terrible performance. My goodness, tried to come out and take the show, right? Tried to create her moment, and guess what, DiJonai? Now your name is DiJonai Who Carrington. Who cares? Oh my goodness, 8:23 everybody, 8:20.
That was the atmosphere entering August 23rd. Carrington had a controversial ejection, a viral post, and a public message aimed at Indiana. Supporters from both sides knew the next meeting would carry more meaning than an ordinary regular season game. But putting that much pressure on yourself weeks before a game can create expectations that collapse once the action begins.
Getting used to play on the court as a rookie, but she brings a defensive mentality. That'll be the first personal on DiJonai Carrington.
By the second quarter on August 23rd, Chicago held a narrow 4-point advantage in a competitive matchup. Carrington defended Clark closely, was called for a blocking foul, and immediately began arguing with referee Charles Watson. She appeared to suggest that Clark had exaggerated the contact.
So the game that DiJonai Carrington had circled on her calendar and wanted the world to see happened tonight. And how did it turn out? Caitlin Clark had 37 points, 10 assists, 8 threes, and we got this lovely reaction. But I want to point out something that happened in the game. Some of the Chicago Sky, including DiJonai Carrington, to me, were looking for a fight this game. And Caitlin, instead of talking about it in the media, just did it with her basketball skills. And this is one of the plays that happened.
Indiana can regain the lead. Clark, another step back 3. Yes! And a little bit of passion afterwards. You love it. This is...
So DiJonai purposely runs into Clark, and then Clark just waves her off. Just waves her off. You can tell that Clark was just over that storyline, and with that...
Roughly 30 seconds after the argument, Clark calmly brought the ball forward and found herself open beyond the three-point line. She stepped back and confidently knocked down a deep logo 3 directly in front of Carrington. The timing was especially striking after Carrington had argued that Clark was exaggerating contact.
Here we have Caitlin Clark cooking DiJonai Carrington's boots, and then DiJonai Carrington goes out of her way to bump into Caitlin Clark as she's running down the floor. Let's take a look.
Clark, another step back 3. Yes! And a little bit of passion afterwards. You love it.
DiJonai Carrington bumps into Caitlin Clark. Watch this. This is the funniest part. And then Caitlin Clark treats her like Raven Johnson in South Carolina and says, please, look how disrespectful this is. This is a you're not even worth my time type of wave off. This is a not even worth my time type of wave off. Damn, not even worth it. You're not even worth it. Look at this. Whew, wasting my time.
Almost immediately after the deep 3 drop, cameras appeared to catch Carrington making contact with Clark while both players ran back. The officials did not call a foul, allowing the game to continue. Clark barely reacted and remained focused on the game instead of engaging with the confrontation.
See what America's team, the best team in the league, with the best player on the field today. Let's see. Oh, come here. Yeah, historic night. Okay, best player in the league. Ooh, look at how she's dominant. Look, when the team is ran through Caitlin, look at how beautiful it is.
Creating those
Okay.
live ball turnovers
Okay.
to flourish
Okay.
and go forward offense is something.
Oh,
that's gonna
Caitlin on the defense. Look at that.
Turnover.
Defense. They say she don't play it.
Chicago.
Okay. Okay. Swing it.
Has two
Oh.
on her.
Swing it.
The
Oh.
one more pass.
Freeze.
And misses that one.
Oh,
Indiana
okay.
can regain the lead.
I want some more. You come back.
Clark, another step back three. Yes.
Clark finished with 37 points and 10 assists while making 8 three-pointers in an outstanding offensive display. Indiana did not simply defeat Chicago. The Fever dominated the Sky and finished with a commanding 23-point victory. The final 113-90 score became an emphatic answer to the August 23rd date Carrington had highlighted.
A skin color thing. She has a history of making dirty plays, and it's fine. The NBA, you can be a rough and tumble league. Now, where this thing gets absolutely bananas is when you start making it into a race and culture war, and the people talking about it are not mentioning 99% of the time that she went back and tweeted white privilege. White privilege how? You made a dirty play. Sophie Cunningham, everyone's putting up clips of her like tackling a player on a drive, defending Caitlin. You say, well, she got kicked out of the game for that too and didn't.
The reactions online arrived quickly, with many fans criticizing Carrington as game highlights spread across social media. Sports commentator Dave Portnoy also addressed the rivalry, pointing to Clark's 37-point, 10-assist performance on the exact date Carrington had marked. The timeline was difficult to ignore. Carrington talked beforehand, while Clark let her performance answer on the court.
Flopped the whole game. She is so obnoxious. Oh yeah, she really is obnoxious. Then Clark hits a three right in her face. Funny because Carrington had a pretty soft foul that went her way on the other end. She's been running her mouth and trying to get a reaction out of Clark all game. Clark hasn't given it to her. And that probably eats up DiJonai Carrington. The fact that she couldn't get a reaction out of Caitlin Clark, that probably eats her up inside. Here we have, well, the white privilege Caitlin Clark versus instigator DiJonai Carrington. I think Caitlin got you tonight. Nay. That's nay. 37 points to 7 points. Ooh, she scored 30 more points than you. Damn. Same amount of rebounds, 10 assists to 1 assist. Yikes. Damn, DiJonai.
The bigger story was how differently both players handled the pressure of the matchup. Carrington spent stretches arguing with officials and reacting dramatically, while Clark stayed focused on basketball. She never needed to respond publicly to the 8-23 post because 8 threes, 37 points, and 10 assists delivered the answer.
Clark right here. Look at this, man. So she's reaching in for the ball, fouling Caitlin Clark. We can visibly see she's going in. Caitlin has the ball all the way out here. So clearly you didn't get basketball. You got something else. If you got basketball, the ball would have, left Caitlin Clark's hand. It would have got, deflected or something. It would have went out the way. It would have been a loose ball. But no, Caitlin still has full control of her dribble. What she doesn't have control over is you all in her space, hand checking her, smacking her. And the referee sees it, calls the whistle. And you immediately, instead of reacting, this is how I know you're a victim. You get weaponized by the other victims in the black community, right? Because listen, there's multiple communities in the black community. There's the victim side, and then there's the side that stands for what's right. I'm on the side that stands for what's right? And I have a bunch of black supporters on this channel who is also on that same side. We don't care about skin color. We care about good product. We care about right or wrong. We care if you're a good human
being. The rivalry offers an important lesson about publicly building pressure around one specific date and promising revenge before the game begins. When the opponent is someone as composed as Clark, that kind of buildup can become difficult to manage under live game pressure. On August 23rd, Clark once again let her game speak louder, producing one of her strongest performances without saying anything beforehand.